Hey guys, so today I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about how I became a self-taught artist. Of course, Rudy is in the office again today, so if you hear him snoring, that's just him sleeping in the background. As always, I feel like the baked potato sleeps nonstop. Anyways, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. It would make the world, or well, it would mean the world to me and make my day to see that notification pop up on my phone. Right now I am working on a lot of projects for my Etsy shop, so I'm developing a more consistent YouTube schedule as well as working on some new projects. So things are kind of up in the air and a mess right now, but it's all coming together. We'll get there one day. So, my journey on becoming a self-taught artist. Oh my good gosh. This kind of goes back to when I was younger, a lot younger. I don't remember my exact age, but I remember going to my dad's art classes with him. My dad was in college for art, and sometimes he would take me with him. My parents were divorced, and that's a whole different story. But, you know, my dad was very limited on the time that he could spend with me, and his teachers really did not mind me going to class with him because I was just so infatuated by what was going on and all of the things around me that I sat there and just stared at everything, and I was so quiet. So I guess that's where my infatuation started. I don't know. I just loved sitting there watching people create something, and like 1 minute it looks like one thing, and then you look away for a second and then you look back and it's completely different and it looks more put together. It just makes me happy. It's one of those happy guilty pleasures of mine. So with this interest, I immediately started asking my dad, hey, can you teach me how to mix colors? And that was his whole focus with me, was color. I loved it. I lived for it. And there was always a new color wheel. There was always more colors to make. And I can't tell you how many times I've just sat down and made a color and I'm like, wow, I don't even think I've seen this on anything before, and it just blows me away that there's so many different ways to mix paints. So, with a long journey of being obsessed with colors, I did eventually stop with art. I'm not sure why I first initially stopped. I think it was just more so that I didn't have time. I was getting older, school was becoming more difficult, and I didn't have the time, you know. I was in cheerleading, I had dance lessons on the weekend, my dad had me in viola as well, so I was always a very, very busy kid. It wasn't until we moved into the city and I started painting a lot more. I just really did not like city life compared to living on top of a mountain. I don't know, it was just weird for me. I didn't like hearing the police sirens at night. I didn't like the way people treated each other. They were super rude down in the city, I guess. I don't know. This is in Pennsylvania, so the area was vastly different in a 30-minute drive. But I became very, very sad and depressed, and I was lonely. I was super lonely. So I just started painting more. I don't know, I just picked it up again and fell in love, and then I saw a movie called Big Eyes, and it's the story about Margaret Keane. You have to go see that movie or watch the movie if you can. It's absolutely amazing. Her story is beautiful and it inspired me so much, and that's when I started practicing more. I started doing more purposeful practice. I started asking for my dad with help with different techniques and things like that, and I eventually started selling my paintings. I started selling my paintings at 15, 16 years old. to friends, family members, really just anyone. And then, of course, I stopped again. High school was progressively consuming my life and trying to have some kind of social interaction with people was just really, really difficult as well. And my anxiety just eventually started taking over. And it progressively just got worse as I got older. It's progressively getting better the more I paint, but it just got really, really bad. So I kind of was more or less forced by my anxiety to stay inside and use painting as a mechanism to cope with that. So I started painting my feelings onto canvas. Different emotions and different feelings like that I wasn't able to express when I was anxious or express why I was feeling anxious. I would process my feelings through a painting. This helped me so much in the end because I was painting something different all the time. So I was constantly learning something new. And the way that I learned was finding something that I really, really liked, or the image that I had envisioned in my mind. I would I would print the image out, and then I would trace it a few times. And then I would try to copy it down in a sketchbook, and then I would transfer it over. Well, I wouldn't transfer it, but I would sketch it out over onto the canvas. This was the process that I think taught me how to draw. So this process taught me how to draw. And just doing it over and over and over again, the repetition of it just became habit at that point. So when I'm working on something, it just kind of happens. It's hard to explain, but now it just happens. I don't have to think twice about it. It just manifests itself, I guess you could say. So I think that would be a really good area to focus on. However, I really, really wish that in the beginning I focused a lot more on perspective, because now in a later stage in my career, when I didn't focus on perspective, it's definitely a struggle to try to do it now, because I have certain ways of doing things and now I have to change them in order to become better. And it's like I took several steps forward with teaching myself, with going the incorrect way, and then whole mess. So I would say start with the fundamentals, I guess. Work on your perspective. So if you plan on working in color, I suggest working with graphite drawings first. Learn the perspective, identify your light sources, and go from there. And eventually that skill will just become habit. Like all of the other things that I've drawn and all the other sketches I've done, after a while they have become habit. So that's oftentimes why you'll see that an artist has a certain style, or they have a certain aesthetic about their artwork that is unique to them, is because they focused on one particular thing, learned it, mastered it, and developed it into their own, which anyone can really do this. You just have to take that time and practice. Even if it's just an hour a day, practice. I promise you'll get better. When I got back into painting this last and final time, I'm hoping this is my career. When I got back into painting, I started with just doing one painting a day. I was still working my normal job. I was still doing all of the work that I needed to do on a regular daily basis, but I wanted to get one painting or one drawing or one sketch done a day. And that really helped me re-solidify my skills, and it made me think back to all of the fundamentals that I missed out on, and all the fundamentals that I really wish I focused on a lot more, because a lot of my past artworks could have been really great had I had focused on those in the beginning. So I hope this helped. I'm planning for more videos soon talking about color theory and I don't know, a lot more artsy fartsy videos. Comment below something that you would like to see. As always, hit that subscribe button, smash the like button if you like this video, and I will see you guys next time. I know that there's like 30 seconds left to this, but I don't really want to talk for the last 30 seconds, so I hope you have a beautiful day.